Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and today I'm going to review the 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray edition of The Fog. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification. You can also find me over Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd at Movie Guy 365. Okay, The Fog is here on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray, released by Shout Factory Screen Factory. It can be found as a slipcover edition as well as a non-exclusive steelbook, both available at your local and online retailers. Now, when it comes to the film, this is honestly my second favorite John Carpenter movie, and I also feel one of his most underrated films. Of course, we know him from The Thing, which is my favorite John Carpenter movie. Halloween, Escape from New York. The man has such a great catalog of work, but I always feel The Fog gets overlooked. It's very underappreciated. It has such a great story. The atmosphere is second to none. Visuals are wonderful, and I think, honestly, just it's a lot of great talent also in front of the camera. Adrienne Barbeau, I really got my big crush on her from this film, and I think it just works overall. I love the spookiness, the ghost story aspect, and you could definitely tell that if this was made today, they would overdo it with CGI and just, I think, spoil too much. I think Carpenter, being the master of his craft, really has a wonderful grasp on how to make this film just work. Whenever I talk to somebody about John Carpenter, this film immediately pops up. It's that good. And, get it at home, turn off all the lights, as you should anyway when you're watching a movie, and just bask in the atmosphere. That's what this film does in spades. And if you've never seen it, I really encourage you to check it out. It's just fantastic. All right, we're going to talk about the picture quality and the audio in just a moment, but first, let's do a quick unboxing of the Steelbook. Okay, we have Shout Factory Screen Factory's non-exclusive Steelbook edition of The Fog. I really dig the artwork. I think this is probably one of my favorite Steelbook art for 2022, and I just dig it. The standard slip is fine, but I think this is far superior. And then we have the back. Spine and interior. We have some artwork on the discs. Yeah, I really like it. I think this is very, very solid. Now let's talk about the picture quality and the audio. The Fog on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray has a 235:1 aspect ratio with native 4K resolution, and it is graded with both HDR10 and Dolby Vision. For this review, I will be focusing on the Dolby Vision encode. Film grain looks pretty solid here. It does not appear to have been managed in any kind of way. Some of the optical shots do look a little bit heavier in that regard, but for movies from this time period, that's pretty much par for the course. The image is stable. Shout's encoding based off the studio canal transfer is pretty spot on. The Dolby Vision renders black levels very well. Thankfully, I spotted no issues with black crush, which in a film that relies on dark atmosphere could have been a real concern. From the opening night sequence to the climax, all these scenes properly convey the mood with no unnatural elevation. The creepiness has never looked better here and should satisfy fans of the film. Day scenes are equally impressive. The picture isn't overly bright and vivid, it's not intended to be, but instead Dolby Vision just enhances the film's natural look. Colors look fuller. Landscapes, for example, are very pleasing. Whites don't appear blown out at any time. Clothing looks better here with the grading, and in the final minutes of the film, the glowing eyes of Blake are strikingly eerie. The 4K resolution has an appreciable uptick with detail. Aside from a random soft shot here and there, close-ups have good bumps and textures. Skin textures, props such as the piece of wood from the Elizabeth Dane, show greater depth. For those considering an upgrade from the Studio Canal version released a few years ago on 4K, Shout Factory's new 4K disc supports a brand new Dolby Atmos audio track. This movie is all about the atmosphere, and it certainly pays off here. The opening sequence uses the overhead and surround speakers effectively, as well as the chaos from the fog in the last part of the film. One of my favorite moments of audio is when Stevie is in her lighthouse and the creepy voice speaks. It catches me off guard every time and sounds very good. Day scenes, when things are more normal in the story, are more front-heavy in their delivery. Occasional ambience can be still heard behind you, but it's not as pronounced. The low end is solid, never overbearing or out of place. When on-screen action calls for it, it is there. For the picture quality, I'm going to give The Fog on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray an A-. I'm very pleased that one of my favorite Carpenter films got a decent transfer on 4K. The Dolby Vision enhances the movie's natural look, and the atmospheric intent of the film is nicely preserved. Fans of the film will absolutely want to pick this one up. For the audio mix, I'm also going to score this one an A-. Audiophiles will be very pleased with this new Dolby Atmos track. Whenever The Fog hits, the surround activity fires off on all cylinders effectively. Quieter moments also deliver a good energy, and it's very satisfying. So that is my review of The Fog on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray. If you're interested in picking up a copy for yourself, I will leave an Amazon link in the comments section. If you use it, it really does help out the channel. But if you picked up the disc already, let me know your thoughts down below. And if you have the existing Studio Canal 4K version, is a new Dolby Atmos track enough to make you consider an upgrade? In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.